These are the greatest villains in the MCU. Number 1. When Odin passes with his sons at his side, it isn't long after he reveals startling information to his sons.
Oh, who are you talking about?
Goddess of Death. Your sister.
Hela truly steps into the MCU with a bang, and her fearsome, powerful persona really helps to sell her as the rightful heir to Asgard.
Kneel before me and rise into the ranks of my great conquest.
Whoever you are, surrender now, or we will show you no mercy.
Whoever I am, did you listen to a word I said?
Number 2. As the ultimate villain of the Infinity Saga, Thanos had to deliver on the buildup of the 3rd and 4th Avengers movies.
I know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail, nonetheless.
But through his interactions with our Avengers and his actions at the end of the movie, we know we are dealing with one of the biggest and best superhero big bads.
With all 6 stones, I could simply snap my fingers. They would all cease to exist. I call that mercy.
Number 3. We got this appearance of Jonathan Majors a lot earlier than anticipated, and we were not complaining at all.
You're just a man.
Flesh and blood. Don't tell me I'm a disappointment.
No. Just a little bit easier to kill.
Unpredictable behavior and a perfect warm-up for the introduction to Kang the Conqueror. He Who Remains delivers as one of the more enjoyable MCU villains in recent years.
You may hate the dictator, but something far worse is gonna fill that void.
I've lived a million lifetimes. I've gone through every scenario. This is the only way.
Number 4. We would usually expect a godly, all-powerful villain to be able to split apart the leaders of the Avengers. But someone hold Baron Zemo's beer.
Hydra deserves its place on the ash heap, so your death would not bother me.
Zemo steps in as one of the more mortal MCU villains who impresses as he works to split apart Earth's mightiest heroes by making them fight each other. What a genius.
Took me 2 days until I found their bodies. My father, still holding my wife and son in his arms. And the Avengers, they went home.
Number 5. Stain holds the title of the first official villain of the MCU timeline, and alongside Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, he was instrumental in cementing the popularity of the MCU.
I've asked you to simply make it smaller.
Okay, sir, and that's what we're trying to do, but honestly, it's impossible.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave! With a box of scraps!
Scheming and ruthless, Stain acts as a formidable foe for Iron Man, and doesn't care what it takes to get him out of the picture.
Your father, he helped give us the atomic bomb. Now what kind of world would it be today if he was as selfish as you?
Number 6. Burned from the events of the first Thor movie, Loki steps into the Avengers with a lot of issues going on in that noggin of his.
I am Loki of Asgard, and I am burdened with glorious purpose.
As the god of mischief, he really lives up to his name and causes a lot of trouble on Earth, but also acts as the reason for our Avengers to truly join forces.
It burns you to have come so close. To have the Tesseract, to have power, unlimited power. And for what?
Number 7. A cool villain or a sign of what is to come for humanity.
If you will just allow me to contact Mr. Stark.
Why do you call him sir?
I believe your intentions to be hostile.
I'm here to help.
Ultron is born into the MCU as a misguided AI created by Tony Stark, and acts as a fun example of how even heroes can do wrong sometimes. Plus, he's played by James Spader. That voice in itself gets him on the list.
I see a suit of armor around the world.
Ultron.
In the flesh. Or no, not yet.
Number 8. The ultimate trickster that almost had us all rooting for him.
See, that wasn't so hard.
Somebody get this stupid costume off me! Ticked off with his former boss Tony Stark, Quentin Beck goes to extreme lengths using his technology to become known as Earth's greatest hero, and will do whatever it takes to achieve that goal.
I created Mysterio to give the world someone to believe in. I control the truth. Mysterio is the truth.
Number 9. Killmonger is introduced into the MCU as someone seeking revenge and having spent his whole life preparing for it.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment. I took life from my own brothers and sisters right here on this continent. And all this death, just so I could kill you.
And that truly shows in how he goes toe-to-toe with King T'Challa and is ready to change the trajectory of Wakanda's legacy.
Is this your game? Huh? Is this your game?
Number 10. This is one villain that no one should be rooting for in any shape or form.
How could you be part of a perfect species? You're simply a medley of mistakes we could learn from and apply to the creatures that truly mattered.
As the man responsible for the creation of Rocket Raccoon, High Evolutionary is cruel and oppressive in his methods to create the ideal civilizations. All the same, what a perfect villain.
P13, you win the crying contest. Now back in the cage.
Number 11. We were all stoked for the reintroduction of Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin.
Coward. We have a new world to conquer. You make me sick.
Leave me alone, please.
The evil alter ego of Norman Osborn bides his time in wreaking mayhem for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. But when he does, he makes his return to our screens worthwhile.
Norman?
Norman's on sabbatical, honey.
The hell?
Goblin.
Number 12. We were all pretty surprised when Scarlet Witch was revealed as the big bad of Doctor Strange's second solo movie.
You break the rules and become a hero. I do it and I become the enemy. That doesn't seem fair.
But in her mission to be with her children in another universe, she shows her true power and proves to put Strange and all other heroes through their paces.
Black Bolt could destroy you with one whisper from his mouth.
What mouth?
Number 13. Gore is first shown as a simple individual with devotion to his god. That is until he learns how some gods aren't all that godly.
So this is my vow. All gods will die.
From there, we get a villain who is looking for all-out revenge and will stop at nothing and ensuring all gods are dead at his hand. A darn good villain in a not-so-darn-good movie.
Let me ask you a question about gods. They're meant to protect you, right? Well, where are they?
Thor is on his way.
Yes. I'm counting on that.